Hi there, my name's Nate, and I've had an original idea where I talk about video games on the internet. So there was this mini game in Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 where you take care of adorable little blobs called Chao. It's supposed to be a distraction from the main game, an extra incentive for all the running and the jumping and the shooting. Thing is, what a lot of players didn't realise is that it was actually extremely deep. When I was younger, I would sit in front of my GameCube for hours and play Sonic Adventure 2. I played it for hours, but not for the actual main game. No, I whittled away my youth in Chao Garden, and that's what I want to talk to you about today, and why I think it's so special. Chao Garden strikes you at first as a relatively simple racing simulator, but once you get under its skin you see it's far more than that. So first of all, what is it? When you're playing a normal stage, you can find a variety of dropped items from enemies. There's two different types, Chaos Drives and Animals, and I'll explain more about those later. But the point is you could also find a Chao key, and that'll let you bring all your items to a place called Chao Garden. Upon arriving for your first time, you're greeted with mostly an empty little room. There's a water feature and some grass. There's just an unhatched egg waiting for you. There's a few different ways you can hatch that egg. When you do, the first Chao is born. From there it seems relatively simple. Give your Chao items, give them food, pet them to keep them happy. You can raise their stats, so you can race them or have them fight in karate. This unlocks some new toys and items. And it sounds kinda like your standard fare for a bonus game. But Chao Garden shares something that the Pokemon series also has. A simple premise, but a ton of depth under the surface. In Pokemon you can quite easily brute force your way through any game by fighting enough and leveling up. But do a little research and you find there's a wealth of data to wade through. There's hidden stats, there's formulas, techniques. In the same way, Chao Garden hides its best features in order to favour simplicity. In fact, it doesn't really explain anything, so I guess I will. Each Chao has 5 individual stats: swim, fly, run, power, stamina. They're fairly self-explanatory. They pertain to the different abilities needed in the Chao races. You can increase these stats by giving Chao Chaos Drives and Animals. Each Chaos Drive is colour-coded in that particular stat. Animals will give Chao different stats depending on their species, and they also give little cosmetics to the Chao. They're highly adaptable creatures who can absorb energy, and by giving them those items, you're influencing their growth. But it's not just stat bars filling up that changes. Chao are physically altered by the way they are raised. Chao have a life cycle. They're hatched, or born. Eventually they enter a blue cocoon and emerge as an adult, and then they live out their adult life before entering a second cocoon. A pink cocoon will cause them to be reborn as a baby, and a white cocoon will cause them to die of old age. When Chao become an adult, their body transforms based on their best skill, and there's also a neutral route for Chao with balanced stats. Their transformation is also based on their alignment. Chao who are well cared for by hero characters such as Sonic, Knuckles and Tails, or ones that are treated badly by dark characters such as Shadow, Rouge or Eggman, will become a hero Chao. And the reverse is of course true for Dark Chao. Doing the math, this already gives us 15 variety of Chao, one for each stat, plus neutral, and then you multiply that by each alignment, hero, dark and neutral. What is not commonly known is that there is also a second adult evolution. When Chao get older they transform again without going into a cocoon. Once again they transform based on their stats and alignments. If we add this new total of transformations, it brings our number of unique Chao to 135 types. But the rabbit hole goes deeper. You can purchase Chao eggs from the in-game black market. These come in a variety of colours. You can raise these coloured and shiny Chao like any other, but breeding them with normal Chao can also result in a two-tone Chao. These have coloured highlights based on their parent and not on their stat. There are also behaviours that can be taught, including teaching them to wear hats or play instruments. You can have a variety of facial expressions and personalities. You can name your Chao. You can create rare immortal chaos Chao. You can check their potentials. You can buy new toys. Chao Garden to me is something unique. It's a game that is bolted on to another game as an incentive, much like the unfortunately ever popular experience bars in shooting games. You know, it's supposed to be there to keep you playing, keep you interested. But in this case, it does a little more. It's almost the primary focus for me when I'm playing. The Chao Garden on Sonic Adventure 2 Battle is something more than even the main game. I like the main game, but the levels eventually become where can I get the best stats for my Chao the fastest, and I need to collect rings in order to buy a new Chao egg. That's how good it is. This is a natural evolution of the old school Sonic bonus stage. It's a minigame with so much care and depth that it feels like it could be its own thing if it was fleshed out a little bit. A bonus game that interacts with the main game and flows from it, but something you can also completely ignore. It's something you begin to care about, something you play for, but not in a sinister way, like grinding for a new camo on your assault rifle. It's abstract, and it can be completely ignored or delved into like a psychopath, which I might fall into that category. Anyway, go play some Chao Garden. It's a great add-on to, well, a slightly above average game. Hey, thanks for listening to me enthuse about something that probably most people don't care about. Anyway, if you want to hear more of my ramblings, please subscribe, there's more to come.